I was just sitting here getting ready on my last session of the day, and I was thinking about something. In the South, we have a saying is if you don't want to keep it, you better not feed it. You get a deer, you start feeding it, I promise you, honey, it'll be in your backyard. If you got a stray cat, and maybe it's not the nicest stray cat in the world, and it wants to bite you every time you go to reach to just lay its food down, well, if you don't want to keep it, then you better not feed it. It'll come and wake you up at 3 in the morning, and also goes for the squirrels. If you got a bird feeder, they'll find a way to get in, and they will expect there to be food out there, and you'll have squirrels, and then the birds will get run off, and there's a lot of critters in the South. But when I think about this analogy of a farm kid and a farm family that we were, I think about the devil too. And if you don't want to keep him, well, you better not be prepared to feed him. Maybe you feed into the thinking that it won't ever get better. Well, now he's got license to stick around. Or maybe you say, you know what? I've been doing good in recovery, and this one little thing might be a little different than what I used to do, but it's tamer, and it'll help me. But there you go, when you fed it. You open the door, and if you don't want to keep it, you better not feed it. Or a person that abuses you, and you're like, you know what? They've changed. It's all right. I'll tell them it was me. It was my fault. I understand I can be a lot, and I bet that my trauma made them scream and yell and break all those things. So you know what? It's okay. I forgive you. And before you know it, you fed it, and it's sticking around. And before you know it, you've done 10, 20 years with this person that treats you like you're nothing. Because you fed it. You kept it. Here's the thing, honey, is that the devil that you know is still the devil, It's another Southern saying. The devil that you know is better than the one that you don't. I can still hear Southern voices saying that on a rocking chair. What kind of lesson is that? What it really means is that at least if you know what it's like, you don't got to be afraid of it. But yeah, you do. You got to be more afraid of the devil you know than the one that you don't, in my experience anyway. Because the one I know knows where I live. The one I know knows what bothers me. The one I know knows where to find me. The one I don't know is still trying to figure me out. So, my word for you today is, if you don't want to keep it, don't feed it. Don't feed your insecurity, and don't feed the thinking that you're not worth anything. And don't feed the people that are ugly to you. And I don't mean don't leave people in hunger. Leave them that. I mean, don't feed into the way they treat you. Get up and go somewhere else. Because you will find people that treat you right. You will find people that appreciate your worth and don't think that your value depreciates just because you've had a day where you can't wait on them hand and foot. Or where you can't afford to feed them in the ways that they want. And I mean in these ways, and your tears, and thinking that they got one over on you. I'd like to change that Southern saying today. First of all, the devil you know is still the devil, okay? You better know that. And second of all, don't feed things that you don't want to stick around. Because you're worth a lot more than that. The Bible does say that he prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Don't say in the presence of the people that were good as gold to you. But it don't mean that they get to eat what you're eating. And it don't mean that you owe them any of your peas, like the VeggieTale would say. Your peace is yours alone. If they want their own peace, then they need to go to God for that. Don't feed anything that you don't want to stick around. It's about time you moved on anyway.